Alright, so I needed a new sander, and I have a lot of different sanders that I've been using, and I went with this Makita. It was a great price. I found it at Home Depot. It was actually cheaper on Home Depot than it was on Amazon. A couple of the features that I really like about it: it's a 5-inch disc, it's 3 amps, and that's important when you start looking at tools. But it's got a variable speed, so it goes from 4,000 to 2,000 revolutions per minute or orbits per minute. It's got a bag, hooks up to a vacuum cleaner, and then it also has a handle, so it's nice when you have to do a lot of power sanding. A lot of times when I have a sander, I'll say I'm using my light sander. That means it's a low amp sander. It's not as aggressive. What I like about this one, when I was looking at the different sanders, is this has got the variable speed control, and that's really helpful in what I'm doing. So let's open this up and see what it's got. I've used a bunch of Makita sanders before. I'm happy with them. I did have a $200 Bosch, actually $250 Bosch sander at one point, and when it broke, there was nothing I could do with it. I had to get the replacement parts, but they didn't have them. I was really just sort of disappointed in that experience. So I know a lot of guys who have some money use some of that Festool or Festool, whatever. I won't buy that. It's too expensive. This is a step up from the throwaway tools. This is probably 2 steps up from the throwaway tools. So I always buy the brand name tools: Makita, Milwaukee, DeWalt. This has got a really nice balance. You can feel it in your hand. I love this handle. So when I'm doing a lot of power sanding and you want to hold your body over it, this handle's nice. It goes on tight. It's not loose. It doesn't screw in. Sometimes you'll have these ones that screw in over here, and over time that'll break. Here, it's actually connected to the whole body. It's very, very steady. And then, like I said, it's got the orbital speed. Got a dust bag. I stick with 5-inch sanding pads. Are the cheapest. 6-inch are hard to come by. The other Makita that I had was a little bit older, was the basic model. This is the step up with the variable speed. The pad became loose. I put in a replacement pad that wasn't the same and screwed it in. I forced the screws in and it was wobbling. I haven't bought a sander in a number of years, so this one looks to do the job for me. You'll be seeing it in a lot of my tools. I'll give it a run here and see how it works. It's nicely balanced. And at 1, that's nice and slow. So when I say I'm using less aggressive sanding, that's this for sure. That's midway. That's full speed. And then it's got a lock on it as well, which is handy. It's a good balance. You know, and if you're not going to use this, you're just going to use this. I like having both hands. You know, you'll clamp your piece down. So I got to sand something out here. Let's see how it goes. All right, so this is a piece of oak with some 80 grit sandpaper. I glued this up. There's just a slight ledge here that I just need to sand down. So I'm using a dust extractor and make sure that the holes are lined up properly. I know that's pretty basic, but let's see how this does. So the tool is nicely balanced, really feels good as you're working through it. Did a nice job. Just do the other side here. So this is the Makita 5-inch random orbit sander, model BO5041, $79 at Home Depot. I'm sure you could find it Black Friday maybe for slightly less. We'll run this other side here.